Hello, this
Hello.
is LU Boys doing Hold Paramount, Chapter 3. Enhance Human Welfare is the title of the chapter. And it starts out by you are going to Mifflinburg, Pennsylvania. Your boss wants you to go there, do a structural integrity sort of analysis on the steel plant. Um, he, your boss tells you it's for a friend of his, and his friend wants the plant closed because it's supposedly going to cost a lot of money to get repaired, and he doesn't want to pay this money. And if they do it a certain way, he's not going to have to pay his employees any like benefits or anything for getting laid off.
And you're supposed to take Patrick, a new employee that's like new to the engineering world, a graduate from Georgia Tech, top in his class, and you're supposed to take him to the place, and he's supposed to help you write the report.
Okay, so when you get to the plant, you're looking around and you see abandoned, rundown buildings, you see abandoned railroad tracks, it just looks like a dump. But you're like, okay, we'll just take a look at the inside. So you go in and you meet with the manager of the plant, and he shows you around. And you realize that there is not much to do to this place. It's actually very well kept for how old it is, and only minor adjustments will be are needed to be made in order to keep it running.
And they had an inspection, and they passed the inspection, only that they need to fix some things, and it would take a couple of $1,000 to fix it up.
So, if you write a truthful report about this place, it's going to be not much is going to be need done for it to stay running, and that's not exactly what Cardinal wanted. And you don't think that's going to please your boss, so you're stuck in this dilemma of should I or shouldn't I write a faulty report on this building? Am I going to lose my job over it? Am I going to keep my job? Is Patrick going to keep his job? Is Patrick going to lose his job? You're just kind of confused on what to do.
And you go out to the community and see that there are people living around the community that like the community and the company, and it's like they have the freedom. But writing this report is gonna like take the freedom out of the area. So what exactly do you do in that area, in that um
You are now thinking to yourself, how am I this lucky that I live in such a great society where differences and everything are just accepted, and how a certain group of people will just want to destroy you because you have such freedoms, like the terrorists in 9/11. And there's a question in the book: has the engineer's duty to hold paramount the health, safety, and welfare of the public changed since the events of September 11th? Well, as you can see, on September 11th, engineering was a huge responsibility in the play of the buildings, because if the buildings would have fallen over, that would have just devastated hundreds of other buildings. And the structural integrity of the building was made so that it would fall straight down and would not destroy any buildings around it.
okay. And there's this thing called corporate terrorism. That's like you writing this report and sabotaging and destroying everything the community has. Um, like, how would you feel if you were living in this community and someone wrote this report and this plant has to be shut down? How would you feel? And there's this question from the book that says, like, do you um do what you think you feel is right, or do as you're told? Like, apparently, as Christians, you would want to do what is really right, and instead of following others that like would destroy the community instead of like keeping you up. So it's actually better doing what is right.
So you're going home, but you realize you're not going to be able to get home. So you stop at a hotel and you sleep, and then you wake up, have breakfast with Patrick, and Patrick asks you what you're going to write in the report. And you're stuck in this dilemma of, well, am I going to write the right report? Am I going to write the wrong report? And you kind of tell Patrick this, and Patrick just throws it out like a great man. Write the right report. That's what I do. So you actually have Joe write the report.
Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick. Patrick. And
Alright, you edit this report and submitted it and to your boss, erase it, and he calls it into his office for a cup of coffee or something. And in your head, you're wondering, is he gonna let me keep my job, or is he gonna fire me there? And finally, he shakes his head and he was happy with your report, telling you this is what it is, this is how it's supposed to be, and his friend is normal, and yeah.
so in conclusion, your boss is happy that you made the right decision. You made the ethical choice to do what had to be done. Even though it was his friend, you told him what the truth was. Like, he thought his friend was telling him the truth, but he actually wasn't. So now he's kind of upset with his friend and calls him his ex-friend. So all's good in the hood.